Thanks and welcome to join me. I'm Kejang Henry at Timbe for the 6:15. Let's begin with our headlines. Versatile critic Abdurrahman Buba has launched an online platform to monitor and check the voting process ahead of the 2025 presidential election. He calls it the Elections Monitoring VAR. And how is child safety managed in blended families? Experts have raised concerns over child abuse following the recent case of a 12-year-old girl. Thanks and welcome to join me. You can check on us on our social media platforms. On Canal International, a horrific case of child abuse involving a stepfather and his 12-year-old daughter has triggered widespread outrage in Cameroon. The incident has reignited debates and raised concerns over child safety. Details with Gladys Ambodiba.
The city of Douala is still reeling from the disturbing revelation that a young girl was repeatedly raped by her mother's husband over a period of nearly 3 years. This case is not an isolated one. It has brought to light the often hidden dangers some children face within blended families. Herman, a 28-year-old survivor of violence, says his ordeal began 2 years after his father remarried.
2021, semblant d'harmonie.
In the beginning, there seemed to be peace, but later small conflict and manipulations began, especially from my stepmother. Some of the children started leaving the house, while others like me chose to persevere.
Donc j'ai supporté, on est resté.
Un enfant qui est déjà adolescent, hein?
As adolescents, we should never be subjected to abuse, whether from our father, mother, or anyone else. Being a stepchild is no excuse for mistreatment. Why should a child be physically or sexually abused simply because they are not biologically yours? I strongly condemn such acts.
Experts warn that abuse often thrives in silence. Parents and guardians are urged to listen to children and look out for signs of distress, withdrawal or behavioral changes.
Lorsqu'il y a une discipline,
with discipline, a step-parent is more likely to see the stepchild as their own, not as a potential sexual partner when the child grows up. Love compels a parent to treat a stepchild as an orphan in need of care and affection, something the child may have never experienced.
Quelles sont les particularités de votre enfant?
Les mamans, nous devons rester à l'écoute de nos enfants.
Mothers must listen to their children, whether boys or girls. Speak to them in simple, clear language. Help them understand that if someone touches their private parts or sexually abuses them, they must speak up. This is only possible if they feel safe, heard, and assured that their voices will be taken seriously.
Quand un enfant sait qu'il peut parler, qu'il sera écouté.
As the public outcry grows, child welfare organizations are calling for stronger safeguards in family law and increased awareness campaigns about the risks some children face in blended households.
Thanks very much, Ambo Gladys. And in the following report, Morindi takes us to the psychosocial support that these children will need, especially in a situation where rape is on the rise. And of course, she talked with some experts, and this is what she has in her report.
13-year-old Mevey has been out of school for more than a year now. She was only in Form 1 when she attended last lesson, all because of a horrible experience beyond her control. She accuses her stepfather of raping and sodomizing her, triggering undesired feelings of pain, frustration, and agony. The experience took a heavy toll on her education, resulting in poor academic performance and worry over how she would be viewed in society. Experts in psychology say the risk of trauma for victims like Mevey are real.
Almost 75% of the case of rape is close to us. Like it's people that knows you very well that come and rape you. And the justice at the moment, at this time, have to do something quickly.
On abuse or rape cases, they are very, very rare.
Others recommend a rather empathetic approach towards rape victims, one devoid of social stigma. They say people need to show much affection so as to help rebuild their integration into society.
A girl who has been raped needs Alice, not eyes that look away or just judge her. She's not the one who should feel ashamed. We are the one who must find the courage to break the silence.
Those people, through consent education and preventive program, as actually talk to them, tell them that they can actually speak out.
If we want the victim to be rendered to her, it's because of her fault. No, we have to, but silence always destroys people. We must take her out of that toxic environment. Even if the abuser is a family member, she shouldn't be the one to live in silence. No.
In Cameroon, many rape victims are said to be judged and left on their own with no psychosocial support. For young girls like Mevey, the need for social support is crucial. Many rape victims are said to be judged, which might have dashed away in the wind of their horrific experience.
Thanks, Maureen. In the social role of women, protect vulnerable groups, including children, and promote family stability. Those were the conclusions of a two-day conference that took place in Yaoundé to mobilize resources in favor of targeted groups. Kamu.
After a thorough X-ray on how to better handle their missions, that of women's empowerment and promotion of the family, the stakeholders of that ministry are going back with many palpable solutions.
I therefore urge you to ensure the effective implementation of this resource under the coordination of the Secretary General, so that women and families in Cameroon may receive what they are legitimately entitled to expect from us.
From gender-based violence, feminicide, social hardship, plagued by insecurity and other disasters, the situation of women and girls needs to be handled with care, and these officials are to facilitate the task, educating them on laws they need to know for their own good. They were thus exhorted to share knowledge acquired with their colleagues who were not part of the annual conference.
It is through this spirit of knowledge sharing and teamwork that we shall fulfill the head of state's commitment to strengthen the social role of women, protect vulnerable groups, including children, and promote family stability.
All this will help in the effective implementation of a national gender policy and broadcast of parental programs in order to reduce or stop these social ills plaguing women and girls here in Cameroon.
Meantime, the Social Compliance Project under the Ministry of Social Affairs are now equipped with strategic tool, the social guide for the protection of the project management in that ministry. And so it's a result of interministerial consultation that was presented to the different stakeholders. Hyacinth Chair was there at the presentation.
The 10-page document carries voices, those of forgotten families, dispossessed communities, and those displaced by infrastructure projects. A tool of capital importance in a country where progress is often measured at the expense of humanity. The Social Guide for Projects Management, officially presented on Tuesday, May 6th in Yaoundé, aims to change the game with the goal of durably integrating the social dimension into projects and governance and fostering results. The guide is the result of inter-regional consultations with experts and different stakeholders. After its presentation, capacity building sessions will be organized to ensure its appropriation by the Ministry of Social Affairs personnel, project promoters, sectoral administration, civil society, and other stakeholders. And validating the guide, the Minister of Social Affairs, Irene Pauline Guéné, urges all actors to put hands on deck to obtain stated objectives.
Abdurrahman Hamadou Buba, the versatile critic, has launched an online platform baptized VAR. The critic says the voting process during the presidential elections and is out to gather over 60,000 Cameroonians of undoubtful integrity to make sure they integrate the system to monitor elections. Once more, Hyacin.
From football to politics, Abdurrahman Baba Hamadou is looking forward for a free, fair and transparent presidential election this 2025. And just like in soccer, where double-checking goals is the current mode, he has adopted an online and offline VAR to ensure vigilance across the polling stations. The goal, the activists insist, is to respect the wish of Cameroonians on who the next head of state should be, especially given the socio-economic situation of the country. He lays a cap on people with integrity.
C'est qu'il faut qu'au soir de l'élection, que les Camerounais sachent avec PV à l'appui qui a gagné et qui a perdu et comment. 60 000 hommes et femmes d'honneur. On ne recherche pas n'importe qui. On recherche des hommes. Moi, je me considère comme un homme d'honneur et je recherche des hommes comme moi qui vont résister à la corruption sous toutes ses formes, qui vont résister aux brimades. Il faudrait qu'on garantisse que la volonté du peuple camerounais ne sera pas subtilisée à l'occasion de la prochaine élection et que ce soit cette voie-là qui s'impose.
Launch on May 1st, 2025. The feedback is a few days after.
Aujourd'hui, nous sommes à peu près 4000 adhérents inscrits et il suffit d'aller sur cette plateforme www.honneur237.com et là, vous allez suivre, remplir les champs et puis valider. Vous recevez tout de suite un accusé de réception par WhatsApp et par email.
But they equally battle with regular social media challenges.
C'est les suspensions récurrentes du compte WhatsApp par lequel on notifie les inscrits. Et là, comme il y a des notifications massives qui partent vers les inscrits, alors WhatsApp considère que ce sont des spams et suspend, mais heureusement que, bon, c'est vrai qu'on est à la 5e suspension, mais on a toujours pu lever ces suspensions-là en leur écrivant, en expliquant.
Abdurrahman also underlined that the initiative would greatly reduce post-electoral conflicts.
Thanks, Hyacin Chair, and taxpayers and advisors registered under the Divisional Tax Center in Yaoundé have been schooled on the filing of annual tax returns and payment modalities online. This comes ahead of the May 15 deadline for people to comply with their tax declarations. Beatrice Ngamo.
Corporate income tax, that is what companies registered at the divisional tax centers pay annually. Thus, the permanent support follow up by these centers to enable the taxpayers better fulfill their obligations. The lectures of training workshop on the upholding of statistical and fiscal declaration minimum cash system. Those with this session by the divisional tax centers 1, 2, and 3 in Yaoundé. Taxpayers concerned are primarily those who fall under the divisional tax centers and tax advisors. These individuals are particularly interested today because the deadline for submitting tax declaration is set for the 15th. Following the recommendations of Finance Minister, it was deemed necessary to bring them together to provide the necessary information to fulfill their tax obligations. From the website, step-by-step explanations were given with examples on the filing of annual tax return and payment of balance of the CIT due for the prior fiscal year. Failure to declare, they were told, goes with repercussions. There is already a penalty of 250,000 francs when the tax declaration is submitted late. And if the taxpayer fails to declare, they are formally notified. And if they still don't comply, they are subject to an automatic tax assessment with 100% penalties. Additionally, if a taxpayer is formally notified and submits a late declaration showing no tax due or tax credits, they are fined 1 million francs. The general appeal is for taxpayers to fulfill their tax obligations on time, as that will enable the state to fulfill its obligation towards citizens also. A give and take situation.
And a series of innovative books for continuous and adapted learning during holidays, dubbed Cosmic Holidays, has been launched in Yaoundé. The concept seeks to promote the culture of reading in children. Ate Bonaventure now reports.
Cosmic Holidays is an innovative book concept that seeks to encourage children to expand their curiosity and desire for discovery and learning.
Cosmic Holiday is a high blend of Cameroon culture and the national pedagogy. Some of the differences in this book, as you can see, is the addition of augmented reality, cosmic comic stories, and other animations in the book to bring things alive for the kids.
Basic education officials and pedagogists see the books as an interactive masterpiece that promotes the reading culture and Cameroon's rich cultural and linguistic diversity in children.
That component also for educational system is another step by which we can easily scale what has been done till now in our ministry.
The books in color, text, and graphics narrate the adventures of Nana and Nika as little explorers and are considered as companion of pupils during holidays.
It's an amazing book that every kid will want to read and have fun with it. Because when you just sleep and watch TV on holidays, how do you feel when you go back to school?
The launching also featured a debate on innovative prospects and sustainability in the educational book publishing sector in Cameroon.
Bonaventure joins the cuttings for this edition of the news, in which we got information that versatile critic Abdurrahman Buba has launched a platform to monitor and check the voting process during the 2025 presidential elections. Leo Pidge will be coming up soon with the brief de l'actualité from all of us.
Canal International.